Good morning and welcome to week 3 of team leadership. I want to talk about a few things this morning. One, of course, being week 3, what you're going to be working on in week 3, and the overall objectives for the week. I also want to point to some of the methodology of the course and finally address some concerns that I received on grading. Hopefully make that clearer and less stressful for you. So first of all, let's talk about week 3. This is your second week working in your teams. As you've noticed, the discussions from now on are going to be in your teams, except when you're sharing something that you have developed with your teams. This week, you're going to be in the discussion forums looking at Tuckman's stages of group development. Tuckman is a well-known authority in the group and team dynamics literature. I also provided a fun little video clip that I thought might be helpful for you. I'm asking you to talk about where you are in your stages of development. Are you still in forming? Have you started to move into storming yet? Some of you have moved into a bit of storming with me, and that's good. That's a part of what it takes to develop a team. If you're not able to do that, you're always walking on eggshells. So that's the first discussion. The second discussion is on your team roles. You'll be taking an online version of the Myers-Briggs and then reading about Markman's HBR article on how personalities are an important aspect of teams, not just skills. And you'll also be looking at the team technology, understanding your team role article. And then you'll talk about your team role, what it is that you bring to your team. And you'll carry that conversation over into your conference call with your team as you examine the team roles that are available on your team. Very clearly, if you only have 3 or 4 members, it's likely that there's going to be some team roles that you're missing. So what are you going to do to backfill to make sure that those roles are played on your team? How are you going to recognize when those roles aren't being played, and what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do when one role is overemphasized, overdeveloped, and others are underdeveloped, causing lopsided teamwork? That's one of your team products this week. The second product, take a look at the article on your team is brainstorming all wrong, and then spend some time brainstorming possible projects. Last week you looked at your potential together as a team. So begin to carry that potential out. You're not deciding this week. You're not settling on a project. Let the ideas flow. Come up with some creative ideas of what you can do together that's really going to stretch your ability to work as a true team, where everybody's skills are needed and where you rely on each other. That's it for week 3. Regarding the methodology of this course, I said it on the homepage, but you're going to be learning cognitively like you do in other courses from reading material and videos, but you're also going to be learning by being a member of a team. So in the discussions, when I ask you to talk about your team, I'm not talking about your team at work. I'm talking about your team in this course and how they're doing and what you need to do to direct, redirect, collaborate, deal with conflict, etc., to keep your team in this course moving forward. You're going to be learning about teaming by doing that, each of you developing your team leadership in that way. Finally, regarding grading, if you started off with me in org behavior and ethical leadership, I developed those online courses and you're more familiar with me. If you're taking me for the first time, my grading may come as a little bit of a shock. I respect the work that you're doing, and the quality of the work for many of you is very high. Over the years, I've learned that if there's something I want a student to do differently, even though it may not be a very big thing, at the beginning of the course, I'll deduct a point because if I don't, sometimes the student will say, well, I got the full 20 points, I did great, and will or will not read my comments, or they're not very significant because after all, I gave you full points. If I deduct a point, you're more likely to stop and say, what is it really that I need to be doing differently to improve my work in this course? Please pay attention to those. And after a few weeks, you will not be making those mistakes anymore. The course grading is also weighted towards allowing you to make a mistake or two according to the way that I grade my expectations, which may be quite high. I don't mean to be condescending or patronizing. My intention is to improve the quality of your work and your learning experience in this course. Also, as always, please, if you have any concerns with me or with the course, please don't hesitate to reach out and schedule a phone call with me. I'm more than willing to do that for and with you. I think I have no more to say for this week. Please reach out if you need to talk to me, and I hope you have a wonderful week.